New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Knick of Time show, here giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's time to talk about a horrible loss in the Knicks in-season tournament to the Bucks. The Knicks lose 122 to 146 despite Julius Randle having a ridiculous offensive game. He's pretty much perfect. He was perfect in the first half, 9 of 9, but ended up scoring, 41 points? 41 points in the game. Jalen Brunson had 24, RJ had 23. It did not really matter because the Bucks scored 146 points. I think Clyde said the Knicks has not allowed that many points since 1979 or something crazy. It's ridiculous. We're gonna talk about it all. And I'm gonna just introduce my guys real quick. Shout out to the Latin assassin, the ESPN contributor Elias Capito. Shout out to my man with the stats and the facts. Ryan G in the building, and my D1 rookie of the year over here, college baller Ebony. What's going on, guys?
Yo.
Yo. I'm tight. Everybody already knows I'm tight. It took me a little long to set up because I was so mad. So I'm gonna just start it off by saying this. I'm pissed at the effort tonight, and I know everybody was watching Julius Randle go off and like, wow, he's doing really good offensively, which he is. He looks completely different offensively. The mid-range is falling. He looked great. But I was really pissed off at the lack of effort that he played throughout the first half, to the point where he was getting hunted in pick and rolls. You have a 6-foot point guard on the floor, and the power forward is getting hunted. It's ridiculous. It's funny because we didn't close out on threes, right? Brunson himself, BZ was cooking him, right? He tried to close out. He shot over him. Randle didn't even close out. Randle just stood there. Like Randle's defensive stance. You're bending down, your hands are apart. You put your hands up when somebody shoots. You put your hands to the side when somebody's trying to pass. None of that happened. Except for maybe 2 plays in its entirety in the first half. And that's why when you look up at the plus minus, Randle has 41 points and the worst plus minus on the team in negative 21. Because he was just that, to the point when Bobby Portis was cooking him. Bobby Portis was cooking you, bro. And then no one really saw it until the second half. But Clyde was pointing out, this is the difference in the game. When Giannis is running full speed for the ball and you have ass in it, and then they going for a fast break. Jalen Brunson is the only one running back by himself. Bruh. Julius Randle gets the half effort in the half. I cannot stand lack of effort, and there's scheme things going wrong, right? Like we could not guard the 3 today at all. Shout out to Fred Katz, who even wrote an article talk about how we couldn't really guard the 3 for a long time. I know we're top 3 in defensive rating, but we give up the 5th amount of threes. I think teams shoot 41% from us from 3. So teams that shoot threes well will bomb us. I know everyone's talking about, let's play the Pacers. Don't get embarrassed playing the Pacers, because the Pacers bomb threes. We got to clean that up. And I'm happy that Randle found his touch offensively, but I need like 120% more effort than what the hell he was doing today. And there's a lot more to touch on in this game, but I had to get that out. And I don't know who else wants to go and talk about the game, but the floor is open.
I was having a very delicious dinner before the game. Met some friends at one of Dallas's best Italian restaurants, had some incredible pasta, some focaccia, ate a branzino, whole fish. It was fantastic. Me and my buddies went to the bar next door, a little divey place. I had my topachitos in hand, and I was talking a lot of smack. I felt really good and positive about the potential for us to not just beat the Bucks, but then beat the Pacers, and then end up in the finals. You know me. I'm an optimist. I'm full of hot takes. I thought we were going to win the in-season tournament. I found myself, even though I've been even keeled this season, not getting too high, too low, pretty damn pissed off after this game, during this game, especially that third quarter. Yeah. This was a game I thought was winnable, and I agree 100% with you, JL. It's not about not hitting threes or not about RJ having another off night or Grimes not being able to hit the backside of the rim. It's the effort. It's the effort on defense, the effort contain, and them running the same plays and having the same guys burn us possession after possession is inexcusable. I felt like the team didn't come with the right mindset for this game and didn't take it as seriously as the Bucks, who have a championship in their repertoire and still got up for this game and really took it to us and pounded us, especially Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis, I thought were standouts, as well as Beasley, who we talked before the show. Ryan mentioned, or maybe it was Ebony, that Beasley was hunting Jalen Brunson. I think it was Ebony, just like find him in open space and drain threes on him or attack him to the basket, daring him to double or call for a double or leak off to another man. Because Beasley, as many role players have done in the last 20 years, burnt the hell out of us. So yeah, super, super frustrating game, especially for the historical context. Like, can we not have a season where some record is broken and we're on the wrong end of it? Again, most points scored consecutively through three quarters, broke all kind of records being held since 1968. We are a franchise known to be solid defense and at least consistently over the decades been given effort. And this Tom Thibodeau team, you would think we wouldn't fall to the same traps. Yet here we are, got the shit smacked out of us on a night where there's a lot of meaning and importance in this game, maybe than any other game in the season. I really thought that we had chances. Indiana, now that to me is not assured. Milwaukee showed they're in class above us. I think there's a lot of work to be done and a lot of bad things to iron out. Most importantly, I hope we talked about at some point the good and bad of the two-man game between Brunson and Randall. In my rank.
I already know Ebony's gonna go with the ISO ball. I don't know who's in that. I don't know. Ryan, Ebony.
JLS is done.
I'm disgusted, man.
I mean, I'll go. Don't really have a lot to say about this game. I mean, anytime you give up 23 3-pointers to a team, you're not going to win. I don't care how good you are. If you give up 23 3-pointers, you're not going to win a game. And the Bucks shot the ball lights out. As JL has said, effort was a main issue for the Knicks, especially on defense. Everybody was just going off on the Bucks, and Beasley was hunting out Brunson, and this is the one issue I have with the Knicks on offense, and it's kind of hard for me to really say this because I'm a big supporter of Grimes, and I want Grimes to succeed in the starting lineup, and I want him to do well. But you see how the Bucks attacked Brunson on defense, the Knicks' best player, making him have to play both ends of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks don't do that when they go against other teams, because what teams do is they hide their best player on Grimes. And if Grimes is going to have a game like he had today where he only takes one shot and he's basically no part of the offense, what you're allowing is Lillard to rest like crazy on defense, not having to do nothing. And then on offense, he's just able to go off. And tonight, Lillard shoots 8 of 13 from the field, 28 points. So I want Grimes to succeed, but the Knicks have to do something where they have to attack the other player's best player on the defensive side of the ball, because you cannot allow teams to continue to hide their best offensive player on a player that barely is a part of the offense and not have him work on defense and then just have him just do whatever the hell he wants on offense. So the Knicks have to do something about that. But overall, I think also this game also shows that, I know it's not the whole fan base, but some Knicks fans have to pump their brakes because
Me.
there's a reason why because there's a reason why the Knicks didn't sign quickly yet to a long-term deal. And I'm not putting this on quickly at all. But there's a reason why the Knicks aren't in a rush to just re-sign their own players and trying to maintain flexibility in order to make a move. This team is not there yet. They've lost now 8 straight games to the Bucks. And if the Knicks are to go into the playoffs, if they get past the first round, more than likely it's either the Bucks or the Celtics. The Knicks can't beat the Bucks. The Celtics are a better team. So for them to stand pat and be like, yeah, we're going to just re-sign all of our players, honestly, that's not a smart thing to do, especially when you see that this team is still missing a piece to get to that next level. So this game to me is a one-off in a way because, I mean, Knicks don't give up 146 points in a game. Like, that does not happen with this team. This team usually is solid defensively, and they hold teams, they're one of the top defensive teams in the league. The Knicks don't give up 146 points off the side. So to me, this is a one-off game, but still, there might be some changes that need to be made, and I think people have to kind of keep an open mind and be like, yo, you know what? I love the players that we have in the Knicks, but if the Knicks are to get to that next level, some of the players that we love, they're gonna have to go to bring in somebody else that's gonna take this team to the next level.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's fun because Grimes started out great defensively today. Did not take a shot until the third quarter. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how it's been happening every game. This has been happening for like, what, 3 or 4 games straight? Where he hasn't taken a shot since the third quarter until the third quarter. And it's crazy because like Dante is Grimes' defense on Lillard was pretty good until it's funny because but then Lillard turns it on, then he starts drawing fouls, and it just seems like nothing even matters anymore. But then it's like when DiVincenzo comes in, he gives you the threes. He's lighting up immediately. But then you immediately see the defense. You immediately see the difference when DiVincenzo is on. When DiVincenzo is guarding Dame versus when Grimes is on Dame. It's like even worse. So it's like it's a bad spot to be in. It's a bad spot to be in. And to the IQ thing, it's gonna be a long season. Horrible game. It'll be a wait and see to see who's worth what. I remember having an emotional loss versus the Dallas Mavericks, and everybody wanted to fire everybody. Everybody wanted to be traded. It's really hard to think clearly after tough losses. I'll say that. So I don't want to have knee-jerk reactions to this saying this person should be moved, this person should be fired. I'm gonna take it one game at a time. But I know for now, I do believe you're right in your assessment, Ryan, that there will have to be changes made at some point to get to another level. I do agree with that. And we just need to play better defense. Yeah. Go ahead, Ebony.
I'm I was so upset. I watched the whole thing though. I was glad to have got to see some Jacob Toppin minutes. Shout out to Jacob. But anyway, besides that, I am this was disappointing. It was very disappointing. We didn't come with the effort. We didn't come with our normal basketball play. We didn't meet normal Knicks standard. We didn't even come with our physicality. Where was that at? The effort they came with in the third quarter was, I'm like, what a team at. We can't seem to put a whole game together. It's either the first half or the second half. It's rare that we've gotten a full game. We got like one or two, I believe, where we got wire to wire wins, kind of, where we have 2 good halves. And the fact that it was more disappointing because they were shorthanded. They didn't even have the Nick Killer playing today. Crowder hurt.
Didn't
Crowder
matter.
hurt.
Did not matter.
Pat didn't play.
Did not matter.
And we still let the bench kill us. Green, I can't. Okay, I found out his first name. I don't even know his first name.
First name is AJ.
AJ Green. I had to look it up. I didn't want to disrespect him. Again, though, who?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
again,
He lit up Brunson too. AJ Green. I remember.
Yeah. Like he went 4 for 4 or something like that, right? 3 for 3.
Mhm.
He didn't miss today.
3 for 4.
Oh,
Three
he
for
did
four.
miss. Okay.
All
3
from
for
3-point
4.
line. All from over helping and not recovering to your man. Same way every time.
Yeah. And again about the ISO ball. That this is what happens. Yeah, people see the big number of 40. Was it 41 he had? Big number of 41. But when you do that and the way he got the points with nobody else assisting on him, nobody else helping him with it,
Exactly.
nobody else, so you just sitting around. So when you do need me, I'm in no rhythm. This game had no rhythm for us whatsoever. It was so soulless. Like it was a soulless game. I felt like we was in Mortal Kombat and they said your soul is mine. I don't know what team this was. I really don't. They didn't play defense. We didn't do anything we were good at. And once the referees got involved, that was like,
Yeah. That third quarter, the referees got involved. I mean, we did it to ourselves the third quarter too, because there was like 3 or 4 straight plays where defense was optional. Between RJ, Randall, then Mitch missed the rebound. They hit a 3 off that. It was bad, man. It was bad.
It was super duper bad.
I'm okay with getting a little controversial here. I'm going to push back on what Ryan said. I don't think any moves need to be made right now. I'm trying to think outside of this game. It's very hard because the frustration's high for all of us. I mean, all in Knicks Nation. But I'm not more. My stance on trading the young core, including Grimes and IQ, has not changed. And my main reason for that is there is no one out there right now that moves the needle in a significant way for the Knicks to be significantly better than what they are at this current moment. Luka, Giannis, Anthony Edwards, SGA, these guys aren't asking out. They're currently where they are, going to be where they are for the time being. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, those are the names that are out there. Those guys are not moved. But once you get rid of all the assets that are outgoing and you bring them and replace it, we're at the same echelon, in my opinion. So there's no one to go after now or at the deadline, maybe even this summer, unless you get Kawhi through free agency when he picks up his player option, declines that last year and goes into the free agent market. Then you can pick someone up without giving a whole up outgoing and actually improve your standing. But right now, I don't think that move's been made. Let's stand pat, let our kids hit the punches, and hopefully grow from it.
All right, let me rebut that right quick because I'm not saying for the Knicks to just go out there tomorrow and be like, oh, go get the first guy that's available out there. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just trying to say where the Knicks are currently with their roster, they're not there yet. So they have to at least monitor the market and see who becomes available. And then when that player becomes available, you have to pull the trigger because the Knicks are not winning the championship with this current roster. They're just not. And I'm just keeping it real.
I agree with you, but I don't think that player, there's no one through speculation or assumption that is that needle mover. It's a DeRozan level guy, someone who's either really old or past their prime or doesn't play defense or can't shoot threes. There's not that perfect player that we've all been talking about. That Sensate Ween, 2-way, 3-and-D. That guy's not going to get on the market and move a needle for us to win a championship this year or next year. So I'm overall stand pat. I wouldn't make a move this year. I don't think the right move is out there.
I agree.
All I'm saying is I'm not saying that the Knicks need to make a move this year, whatever the case may be. I'm just saying that if you keep the team the way it is, they're not championship caliber. They're just not.
I agree with that.
That's all I'm trying to say. They're not championship caliber.
I can't say that just yet. I need more games. I need more sample size because when I say that, I mean because it is a long season. Injuries do happen and people without pieces look differently, things like that happen in this nature and we do have a deep team. And the first half, when we were moving the ball, we had about almost 17 assists or so, or 18 or something like that, assists in the half.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the difference in the play, and we were in the game. We were right there. But
Yeah.
once we go 1-on-1,
Yeah.
once the hero ball comes in,
Yeah.
then we look like an entirely different team. And then we don't have enough, but we're not using our strength. So I can't say that because I still don't know what that looks like when we do. You know,
Huh.
Well, I don't know. Eight straight losses against the Bucks.
yeah.
I mean,
But
and it's Celtics. Knicks not really doing that well against the Celtics this season. Where the Celtics are built, I can't see the Knicks beating the Celtics in a 7-game series. So I mean,
but
if the team plays at their best level, they're going to give them a battle. But I don't see them beating the Knicks. I don't see them beating the Celtics or the Bucks right now. I just don't see it right now.
nah, I could get that right now, but this is the 20th game we're at. So I understand exactly what you mean. Right now, I that's fair. But right now, we don't know if this is shooting slumps. We don't know if it's regression. It's 20 games,
Good point.
you know?
Especially with RJ. RJ more than anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people got to stop living in a fantasy land. I mean, the Knicks don't have a championship roster. They just don't.
I can't say that until I see more. That's all I'm saying.
I'm in between. It's tough. It's tough. I agree with both of you. It's tough. I'm not sure. What do you think, JLS?
I didn't think we had a championship roster. I always thought we were second round talent to to Eastern Conference Finals at the very most. And I always said that for me, it really depends on RJ. To me, RJ was the swing because I felt like Brunson was going to be Brunson. This is assuming Randall is healthy and playing actually, and playing all NBA. But to me, RJ was a swing. RJ, to me, he started out really good at the beginning of the season. The shooting was there, the playmaking was there, the finishing was getting better. I looked at Clean and Glass the other day. All his numbers except for the 3-point shooting have gone back to what it was the year before.
Oof.
Very discouraging. The slump is lasting 5, 6, 7 games. This is kind of giving me like PTSD of last year. The only good sign I see from RJ right now is the free throw shooting, because usually I'll say this in years, the free throw shooting is the first heartbeat to your shot being your shot. If you can hit 85 from the 3-point line, from the free throw line, which he is right now, then he's like, all right, that's your baseline. The shot can come from everywhere else. So I'm like with RJ, I'm in that danger zone, like where I'm like, the stretch is getting way too long than it should be, and he has to like turn that around, for me to like get back on a train with him, because I feel like to me he's still the swing skill. Like we need that wing. That's how I feel about it.
I agree with all that.
Yeah.
Great analysis.
I definitely RJ is I was when he was playing and well, I was calling him the bridge. One thing he was doing was playing at his own pace and he was getting others involved. And when he went down the first time, you saw the difference without him. You definitely did. The assists started going down and things of that nature. It didn't look as fluent, but yeah, if he can get back there, I don't see why not us. Why can't we pull a Heat or Atlanta?
Because they were talking about, how come they're not shooting any threes? We're not making threes. Brunson has been unconscious from 3 until today. Today was like a weird game for Brunson, where I looked around and he shot kind of decent from the field, but it didn't feel like it. And it didn't feel like it to me because usually when he usually hits that momentum shot that keeps us in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll hit a shot and then Brunson will come back, he'll get to his spots on the floor, and he'll hit the shot right back and we're right back in it. He missed a lot of those momentum shots today, and that was uncharacteristic of him. And they were open shots. They were like mid-range, Lopez closing, a foot of space. He's hit that in his sleep. So it's like when he's off like that, like, all right, cool. He's not hitting a 3. He was 0 for 5. Who else are we going to keep up with their 3-point production? We're looking at Grimes. Grimes didn't even take it. I don't even know if Grimes even was past the ball in the first half. Like I'm trying to replay the the game film in my mind, and I don't even remember him touching the ball in the first half.
I have to rewatch that. I was trying to remember too, and I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. And then I remember RJ getting the ball, and he hasn't been hitting from three for like a week and a half. So now what? You have no choice but to go inside and then just bring in Dante, who has been playing for over three. But then that point of attack defense, Dame was doing whatever he wanted with Dante, even though he was hitting it three. And it's like we're in a predicament where we have a guy in Grimes who's not getting the ball, or even when he does get the ball, he's been shooting bad from three. And then we have Dante, who's been hitting good for three, but he's not able to keep up with that type of offensive firepower one-on-one. We're in a bad spot when Brunson is off. We're in a really bad spot when Brunson is off. That's what I got, man. Like,
I've thought about it. I agree with Ryan. This roster is not championship level, but I think it is finals level. I think we could get to the finals, losing 5 games to Denver, or maybe another team, maybe Phoenix. I don't know if we would give a full competitive 7-game series to some of the more elite echelon teams in the West, but I think this team can get through Boston or Milwaukee if everything goes well and RJ is that swing element. I think we could. So I'm kind of like in between where Ebony stands and where Ryan stands. I'm very hesitant to make a trade, and I'm against it at this point because all your assets have depreciated value. IQ, especially Grimes, even RJ, with these slumps that they're going in shooting wise, none of them have a high value to bring in someone that's really going to be the needle mover on the trade market. So let's let some of these guys hopefully regress to the mean or progress to the mean, especially in Grimes and RJ's case. Then if the right player becomes available, push all your chips to the middle of a table. But the Knicks have ruined so many times in the past by going in too early and too hard for the wrong guy because it's a flashy name. I want to try to avoid that at all costs while allowing our players, our young guys, to take their lumps and shoot themselves out of these slumps.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. When I say, I'm sorry, Ryan.
No, you can go ahead, Ebony.
Okay. I was just saying that, yeah, when I say championship team, I mean, like, we could get there. When we get there, who knows, I really think if we play the way that I think that we shown in little glimpses, I think we can do it. We can't. I'm not going to overreact. It was disappointing because they were shorthanded, but they got 12 offensive rebounds. They're not even a good offensive rebounding team. Like,
true.
I'm not gonna. And then again, I'm like, we shot 10 threes last time. Like, we're not gonna do that again. We didn't do it again. We did worse. This time we hit 7.
that was crazy. Go ahead, Ryan.
And I'm gonna make a suggestion. I might be wilding for the suggestion, but I'm still gonna make it because, like what JL said earlier, like there is a conundrum when you talk about like Grimes and DiVincenzo, especially when it comes to defense and the way they defend the other team's best player, whatever the case may be. But although Grimes is struggling, it might come to a point where the Knicks may have to consider maybe running a player or two for Grimes. It might be kind of wild because he's struggling right now and he doesn't have the confidence. But just the fact that teams hide their best player on Grimes so they don't have to play defense all the time and things of that nature, and the fact that he's struggling, I think sometimes to get somebody out of a slump, you need to try to force the issue a bit. You know what I mean? Like you have to try to like get that player involved so you can at least give them a chance to get him out of this slump.
Ryan, that is not crazy, Ryan. You said it last year. I was hyped at the beginning of the year because they said they was going to play for Grimes. I was pissed. Remember I said I was bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray. I led the season saying that because there was no place for Grimes running the preseason. And now today I'm even thinking, I don't even remember him touching the ball in the first half at all. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't even remember. We need to get him going. We have to.
Like, yeah, like I pointed to Devin Booker when we played Phoenix. I watched them very extensively when we played Phoenix. Even Yuta, because he doesn't have a bag like Devin, nowhere near Devin Booker. You understand? He's just a shooter.
Right.
He's not creating his own shots. You know, he gets it created for him. He's in the corners. They set picks for them. They do little elevator screens for them. You know, you got the off screen double
Right.
picks. All of these things, and our people just go around doing like a 3-man weave on the top of the key.
We need a more sophisticated way to get shooters open shots.
We have to find ways to get everybody easy shot. That's why I said we don't have any offensive creativity like that. You know, people be like, "Look, we do." And they show you once or twice. That's not gonna get it. You know, once it has to be consistently different. You know, I know everybody knows all the plays because they've been playing for forever. But it's just the fact of the movement. You make people make mistakes when they have to move and think.
Yeah. I mean, it's read and react. So Randall had a bunch of assists for a lot of games, and today he had it going, so he didn't pass the ball as much. So there's no so
yeah. And then when he needed somebody else to hit the shots, they was ice cold.
Yeah.
No rhythm.
Exactly.
IQ couldn't even hit his floater today. He didn't even hit it was like I was like, dang. And then the very next possession, he had a wide open 3 and missed that.
Well,
that cut the lead down to 10 at that time.
Well, it's funny. I was looking to clean the glass. IQ shoots 17% from the corner from corner 3.
Really?
Wow.
17% from corner 3.
But
the other threes he hits, I'm going off of memory. I think he hits like 40 something percent, like 41% or 42% from other spots on the floor combined, and 17% for the corner. So 9 times out of 10, when he's open and he's all in the corner, my mind knows that. I'm like, crap.
you know,
like crap.
You know who was leading the percentage in that? Was it last year, I believe? Dante, in the corner 3.
Mm-hmm.
Probably big part why he's here.
Yeah, exactly. Our best corner 3-point shooters are Dante, Jalen Brunson, RJ. I don't know if RJ's still the best, but at one time he was.
You know, listening to what Ebony just said, I think calling out those plays that you would think Tibbs should be running to get Grimes some shots. It makes you think, you know, Tibbs sleeps in the video room, watching tape all the time. What the hell is he watching with our offense as simplistic as it is? I find myself asking that question multiple times because every year now, he's been with the team for 4 seasons now, we haven't seen any creativity or anything extra added to the offense. It did guys like Grimes and RJ, players that go through shooting slumps, opportunities to get out of shooting slumps. You think about that action she names are the same type of plays that you see Sacramento running with Keegan Murray or Orlando with Mo and Franz Wagner. Like these are college level plays. You would expect an NBA level coach to be able to facilitate that within a system, especially someone who's been watching as much tape as he has and then coaching as long as he has. It's a weird element of Tibbs's personality as a coach that things don't ever really evolve offensively, and sometimes don't evolve defensively too, depending on the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it has evolved. It's not Golden State evolved. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not leaps and bounds evolved, but it's evolved. Like I see the difference between last year and this year's offense, but because it is still kind of player run, and it's still kind of built on the old offense. It's still built on the base of the old offense. It's not going to be like a drastic difference. Like the difference I've seen was the most difference I've seen in this year's offense is people are more cutting off the ball in the paint. Like I've seen a lot more 2-man game between Randall and Brunson. To be completely honest with you, what I've seen more so in this offense is Randall and Brunson are able to get easier shots. I feel like Randall and Brunson are kind of reaping the benefits of the offense more this season, but not necessarily everybody else.
And this team would be so much easier. Everything would be so much easier for Brunson and Randall. And maybe a little bit why they get easy shots, because people expecting them to, hit the RJs or maybe even Mitch once in a while. But now people always say we're playing 3-on-5, but if you don't give the ball to the people, how are they supposed to have any impact? How are you supposed to have impact? You know, Mitch is not going to dribble, crossover. You know, that's rare. He was in his bag that night. That's not a everyday thing, you know? So so you got to get him the ball. Like that's how you use it. I can't stand the dirty lollipop, but at least he always get all his bigs involved. He
Treasure
always get
Capella.
all his bigs
Yeah.
involved. They're
Yeah.
always a weapon.
Yep.
That's how you keep your bigs, you know, because now you have to think again. When you think and move, mistakes happen. Either you give Brunson a floater, or now you got to oop to Mitch.
And
But we don't
Capella
do-
is only a lob threat. Capella doesn't even have a bag. All he is a
No.
lob threat.
Lob threat.
Yeah.
And
Not
they
even-
use that for at
DeAndre
least
Jordan
5-6
has a
times.
very long career being a lob threat, you know?
Same
Yeah,
So
thing.
like
So does Gobert, who averages 15 points a game
exactly.
with no bag.
I told you about that NBA University had an alley duos list, and Gobert was up there 2 different times with 2 of his teammates. He's actually up there with Karl Anthony Towns and Mike Conley? Mike Conley.
Yeah.
So like even JaVale McGee made the list. Mitch couldn't get up there. Mitch couldn't get up there. We can't get Mitch on that list.
Good point.
Yeah, it's funny. Like it's a big difference. You seen Mitch in his first 2 years was catching lobs like crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys realize how many lobs he was catching in his first 2 years compared to now, but it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I thought he would have had a bigger impact today, though. I definitely did.
Yeah.
Them not being a good rebounding team, I thought we would kind of beat them up over there, but you know,
But
they're playing on a different level today.
yeah. I mean, but he's pretty much guarding the 3-point line for most of the night. You know,
Mhm.
they have like that's what you're gonna do when you have Lopez out there for 3. Like he wasn't really by the basket like he usually.
Nah, and they made sure the gang box out on him today.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And you made me mad. Yo, you made me mad too, Evan. You just gave me PTSD about.
What happened?
It's not even you. It's something you said. I was watching Ian Begley's The Put Back, right?
Uh-huh.
It just made me mad at Randall all over again, yo. I was watching Ian Begley's The Put Back, and I don't remember who was talking, but he had a really good point, right? He's talking about the Phoenix game, the Knicks Phoenix game, and he was just like how Randall wasn't giving effort because he wasn't getting the ball, and that's why he collapsed. And then today he got the ball all he wanted, and he still got no effort. So I'm just like, come on, man. Like, so I just be mad.
No, they're gonna point to that hustle play and say he did hustle. Remember he came and got the rebound, gave it. That's the play they're gonna tell you that he hustled.
It's just offense. It's just awareness. It's just awareness. And end of the quarter, Dane calls Randall's man over for a pick and roll. The pick and pop because he knew Randall wasn't going to close out. He didn't even put his hand up. It's Dame. You know Dame is shooting a 3 with the buzzer. Like, put a hand up, bro. Like,
bruh. Flashbacks to Phoenix, right? That's flashbacks to Phoenix.
Bro, put a hand up, man.
In Miami in the playoffs.
Anyway.
Yeah. And yo,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Ebony, but I think we have an early whose man's is this based in the comments because I'm reading through the comments and people are making trade suggestions and stuff like that, which is understandable because that's something that Knicks fans always do. Knicks fans always like to conjure up trades and things of that nature. So I'm reading through the comments, and your guy NBIC is in the chat.
That's my guy.
And this dude said, package Grimes. I'm like, okay, I can understand Grimes. Randall, I'm like, I'm on the fence about that, but I'm like, okay, that's your opinion. All right. But he's like, Randall, but he said to package Grimes, Randall, and Brunson for Zion and OG. And I'm like, yo, why, why? In your right mind, would you want to trade Brunson? Why?
This, man.
I do not understand. Whose man's is this?
Whose man's is what? Man, NBIC, I got love for you, man. But bro, come on, son. Come on, son. Really?
Nah, Bridges is
You
definitely
woke
not
up
going
chose
in.
violence this morning, huh? Wow. Nah. For Zion. I love Zion. But come on.
I don't think Zion needs to be in New York. Mm-mm. I don't think that needs to happen.
Finals? Oh my God. Finals where?
I don't think that needs to happen.
Oh
That
my
baby wilding in
G League?
New
Oh
Orleans is a
no.
party town too. So,
Oh my God.
but
That threw me all the way off. What were we talking about again?
NBIC is one of those people who has like the word narrative is
He's
thrown out a
trolling.
lot.
He's
He
trolling.
100%
He
had a
got to be
narrative.
He's
trolling.
trolling. He's trolling.
He got to be trolling
He's
because like
trolling.
Brunson, like really, my guy Brunson, you want to trade? Really?
He's trolling. I can't believe it. He's trolling.
yeah, Brunson, we just better not let Malik Beasley torch us no more.
Oh my God.
That's one guy that I don't like. A player I don't like.
Lee
Malik
Beasley.
Beasley. Mm-hmm.
Nah, I feel you. He did all right though. I don't know. He did okay. That's what I pissed off about too, man. I didn't like all the shimmying and dancing, and I didn't like that, yo.
Yeah.
I ain't like that at all.
Not
They
from
deserve to
him.
do it, but I ain't like it. I ain't like it. I better play some defense next time.
Yeah, it was just the overall off game. And I think he was pretty physical with Brunson. You kind of seen Brunson getting frustrated a little bit with it.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know if that was a factor in his game today or not. But
Possibly.
he was trying to guard Brunson, like not even guard him, just making him, pause, fill him, full court. And then once he got the ball, he would back up. But he was just, trying to
Right.
wear and tear on him, I guess, like how they do in boxing when they,
Just wear him
clinch.
down. Mhm.
Yeah. So that's kind of what he did to Brunson today. And I did see his body language getting frustrated and looking for the ref, like, what's going on? Like, you gonna let him do this? So
Jay Ellis, I think looks like NBIC was talking about me with my finals comment. He said that I'm smoking that Maui Wowie, which yes, I am. Confirmed. That's not why I said that though. I have been a Knicks to the finals since last season. I think it's all about matchups. Who do you get? When do you get them? Can you build momentum? Do you get it hot right around the playoffs? Is RJ that momentum shifter? Does Julius actually show up? There's a lot of ifs and a lot of things have to go right at the right time, same time, for us to make an advance. But who would have thought Miami as a play-in team would have made it last year? I think Tibbs is a good enough coach. I think Brunson's a good enough player. With the right rotation of playoff teams that we match up with, I think the finals is possible. Not likely, but possible.
We gotta beat good teams before I can even think about titles. That's how I feel like we gotta beat Celtics, we gotta beat Bucks, the 76ers, all those guys. I ain't put the Pacers over there because I feel like the Pacers are, they got injured. Listen, they got injured. They got injured and started losing. They got homeboy back and they beat the Celtics. I'm just saying.
it made me nauseous a little bit with the
It is what it is.
Nah, they are a up and coming team, definitely.
Like we got stuff to prove for I could say finals right now.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for me is I have to see the Knicks beat the Bucks at least once, because to have an 8-game loser streak against a team is wild. And part of the reason why I was so critical on the Knicks, when I made my assessment earlier, is because of the game that was played. Because to me, at least how the in-season tournament is going so far, to me that's an early playoff test right there, because you're actually playing for something.
Yeah.
You're actually playing for a championship, no matter what you may think of the tournament or whatever the case may be.
I agree.
So this game is like a playoff atmosphere, and for the Knicks to stake it up the way they did tonight, like that's what told me right there, like, okay, yeah, this team is not ready yet.
Yeah, it ratchets up the intensity, man. Like
I don't know, man. The game was never completely out of it. We were only down by 12 in the fourth quarter. I think if at least Brunson would have been hot, I think we would have had a chance to win this game.
If Brunson hits the usually shots, yes, we would have been in that game. But I still feel like you can't go into the game with that type of lackluster defensive intensity and think you're just going to turn it on in the third quarter. You got to do something from the first half to make them believe that you're going to actually play defense. especially that's supposed to be your identity. No defense and shooting is their identity. That's not our identity. So to think we just gonna go over there and we just gonna shoot with y'all and not play defense, like, bruh, come on, son, get that together. That is not it. That is not it. And I know everybody was hyped. Oh, Randall's 9 for 9. I was happy for him too, but it caught up to us. That 9 for 9 stuff, and then no defense on the other side of the ball for the entire. That's fool's gold.
Yeah.
Fool's cubic zirconian game.
How many transition points they got?
I didn't even look, but it looked like a lot.
Because they weren't even. That's not what they do. I don't believe. So like we just let them do whatever today. They just do.
The Bucks only had 17 transition points
Today.
Yeah, only 17.
Okay.
The story was.
It felt like Giannis was in that transition a lot.
My player of the game was Josh Hart today. That's my player of the game. Josh Hart. The man who used to play scared was playing defense. He was running the floor. He's not scared to shoot threes anymore. He's hitting threes. Josh Hart.
Yeah, no hesitation Hart.
No hezzy Hart. All right?
Yeah.
No hezzy Hart.
Yeah, Ryan basically saying the Knicks, we all right, but we not really.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's exactly what he said.
Like right now, the Knicks are a 3 or 4 seed in the East right now. But I mean, right now, the 2 best team in the East, I don't like the Knicks cannot match up against them right now. I don't know what the future holds, but right now, it's a no-go against either team for me anyway. In my opinion,
move the ball. Play better 3-point defense.
Yeah.
And good Lord, we need some 3-point shooting back. Good Lord. Like we came in there, the 8th ranked 3-point shooting team, and shot 30% today. Like, but at least those 2 first things, are things we can control. At first, even if we're not hitting the threes, we got to do the things we can control. We got to move the ball, and we got to play defense.
And we don't even have to move it at the level that OKC or Sacramento moves it. Both 2 high octane offenses and get a lot of hockey assists. Just let's stop with the Brunson Randall 2-man game. It only helps their isolation production. It doesn't help the rest of the team. Ebony made a great point about how you don't get into any type of rhythm when you don't even touch the ball in 4, 5, 6 possessions. Those back-to-back possessions of 2-man game between Randall and Brunson where only those 2 players touched the ball. No one else even touched it. Not even I did take an attempt, didn't feel the ball in their hands. That is insane basketball to be playing at this stage of the season with this group has been playing together for so long, and a game with this level of importance for the in-season tournament. I was very shocked to see that level of, call it selfishness, lack of self-awareness, I don't know, whatever adjective you want to use, but that style of basketball between our 2 best players is not conducive to team winning or team ball, or it's not even fun to watch.
I don't even mind the 2-man game as much as long as this less ISO. Like, cause you can do a 2-man game and then the third defender help and kick it out to 3 and then get some. Like, I don't even mind that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, Ryan. I saw you about to talk. Go ahead. I bet.
No, all I was gonna say is that, like with certain players, like for example, like LeBron James, like I'm not expecting Brunson or Randall to be a LeBron James type player, but oftentimes players like LeBron James and players of that caliber, a lot of times what they do is those players know they can get a basket anytime they want to. You know what I mean? They can score whenever they want. So a lot of times what those players will do is that they'll get the other players involved and get them going because they know that as the game progresses, all that's going to do is just help their game also, because now those teams have to account for those players as well because they have rhythm, they can make their shots, etc. And I think with Brunson and Randall, like I said, I'm not expecting them to like be a LeBron James or a KD or nothing like that, but maybe the Knicks have to maybe kind of rethink their offensive strategy and be like, you know what? Let's get Grimes some early shots. Let's get RJ some early shots. Let's try to get those guys going before we get to, Brunson and Randall and get those guys into their 2-man game or whatever the case may be, where they can dominate ISO sets.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree.
Milwaukee does that. Milwaukee does that.
Yep.
Even the team with Drew Holiday. You look at Milwaukee's team that they won the championship with, and you be like, on paper, you look like I wouldn't expect them. I expected them to be good, but not win it all. I know Giannis is a great player, but they really built around him. They put a bunch of shooters around and let him, so he's able to do him. And they can't build a wall. And with his role players, when they get the shot, well, we've been hitting the three, so I can't even say that. They get the shot, they hit the three, and again, it's only going to help Brunson and Randall because then they can't W. If your teammate is hot, you can't W because they got to pay attention to this guy now.
Yeah.
Now you can go 1-on-1, which Randall has been destroying everybody right now. So why not? Just hold off until the bully ball until about third, fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
all.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Pick your
Agreed.
spots. Pick your spots.
Agreed.
Yeah, like not so dominant, not even hold off. Just
Pick your spots.
alternate. If I take you to the hole here, let me see what else, move the ball around. Maybe it come back to me for an easier shot.
Mm-hmm.
What a thought.
Yeah.
It's going to be easy.
Yeah. Make it easy, man. Gotta take it easy. Yeah, I put the Discord link up for someone to chat. Somebody asked for it. It's funny, but like, is Discord link here? I put it up and no one wants to go in.
Nobody wants to
Nobody wants to go in once they ask for it. It's cool. It's cool. It's late.
Oh, shouts out to my mama. I see you, mama.
Shout out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shout out to mom. Ebony's not talking your ear off anymore, all right?
I told you my family was over it. That's why I joined X. They got tired of hearing me talk about the Knicks.
Yeah. For backstory, guys, inside joke. Ebony beforehand was like, man, I joined X. I'm glad to talk to you guys about the Knicks. I'll be talking my family's ear off and they tired of me.
They're tired of the Knicks. They don't want to hear nothing else.
Exactly.
Now they good because they got a break, so now they good.
Exactly.
See,
but Ebony can talk all she want over here, all right? All she want. We enjoy it, all right? Oh, picks for Timmy's on. All right, let's go. What's up? Let's go. Picks for Timmy.
Oh,
Let's get picks in here.
God.
And after that, we can go to some ooh bras. Pretty sure it's no oohs today. But get some bras. All right? All right, cool. All right, picks. I'm going to bring you in. All right, bro? All right, picks for Timmy. You're now live. You hear everybody?
What's good? What's good? What's good, fellas? What's good?
What's going on?
We got the rookie of the year, Ebony, in here, man. The man with the stats and the facts, my guy Ryan G. Mr. Lee Escobedo was good. ESPN contributor, man. And my guy Jay Ellis, man. What's going on with y'all, man?
What's going
on? Yeah, it's a tough one tonight, man. And yeah, man. I'm not gonna make it any easier for y'all, man, because I'm talking smack about my guy quickly, man. Yo, I've been throwing this out in the chat on Twitter since probably the Heat playoff last year. My guy is really an X factor, and there's a few things that go into me really thinking it's time for this guy to be a part of the starting unit, man. The issues that we talk about with Brunson and with Julius Randle, as far as Julius Randle feeling getting kind of looking sad and walking around and moping and not playing defense and not being engaged in the game, that's something where, like, as a point guard, you do certain things to go ahead and get people motivated and going. Not necessarily this game, because from what my guy Fritz was telling me in the chat, Julius was on somewhat of his happy mode for a little bit, but he wasn't playing any defense.
That's when he's happy.
With Brunson is a offensive guard, dog. Like, Brunson is, and I'm talking about since the time he was, we could go back to Dallas, we could go back to college. And we'll just use the Dallas playoffs for an example. When Luka was out and Brunson had that game where he dropped 40 plus on the Jazz, yo, like, people thought he was going to come out there and try and run the squad, run the team. Brunson was like, bump that. I'm not passing this joint. This is my show. I'm getting buckets, yo.
Yeah.
The man is a walking bucket, and there's no reason to take him out of that mindset. That's a plus for him. That's a plus for us. I think with Quickly, this is Quickly's 4th year inside of Tibbs' offense. He has more experience than pretty much anybody else on this team in Tibbs' offense and defense. To the point where you see him on the floor, he can call out things on defense. He can call out things on offense to put people in the proper positions. And I think he knows the personnel even better than Brunson to a certain extent. He'd be able to get our big men involved. He'd be able to go ahead and get ball motion involved. He knows when to feed certain players. He has a better pulse on what's going on in the game sometimes. And he's a secondary ball handler as opposed to just people being able to get the ball out of Brunson's hands and into Julius's hands to make bad decisions. There's also better spacing on the court. It's not the perfect fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not as great of a defender as Grimes is, but he's still a dog. Like, he's still a straight up dog. And when you talk about length, like, if you trust Grimes to play the 2 position and guard 1 through 3, possibly even 4, then you could basically trust Emmanuel Quickly to be able to do the same thing. With the exception of maybe strength being an exception,
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel Quickly's standing reach is less than a half an inch off of Grimes, and y'all can look that up. But I think it's time overall to put our best foot forward when we start out a game. None of this, my bench is going to come out and drop 58 points against the Toronto Raptors. Why the hell do we need 58 points from our bench against the Toronto Raptors? Those points could be coming just constantly. Like, let's put our best foot forward. Let's start in the game with our best foot. And I think it's just time to go ahead and switch it up. Let's get the best out of Quick we can before the end of this year. And let's go get it, man. That's all I got to say, fam. Yo, right. Salute. I know this is a rough one. We'll go back and get some more, man. Y'all take it easy, man.
All right,
Later.
man. Thank you. Picks is like, I'm getting back to my agenda. Every else when I start in Devo, I'm going to start Quickly.
Yeah. I think with that, I don't think IQ will be able to be IQ in the starting lineup. Majority of the time when he plays, it's either with RJ, no Randall, no Brunson. So he gets the brunt of the shots to get himself into rhythm and all the other stuff. He's the spark plug. In the starting lineup, he won't get those touches. He'll get in the corner catch and shoot touches more so. It's not enough ball for him to do pretty much anything else when you think about that.
Yeah.
And I just think if we're going to be so ISO heavy, maybe implement a pass rule or something. Where you have the ball has to come, move around a couple times before you get into your isolation moves.
Yeah.
Like, maybe make the isolation move be the last like your exit plan, your emergency plan.
Yeah.
I just can't see it just being out plan A all the time. It can't. The screen on the ball handler, and then everybody in the corner on the wings like this,
just waiting with the hands out like.
And half the time they don't get it. They're just standing there looking crazy.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And maybe play them off ball more. Get Brunson off ball more.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you. I get the. As crazy as it's been, like, I don't know. People act like we start off games behind. We don't start off games behind. We start off games behind in the third quarter.
Yes, third.
We started getting behind in the third quarter.
And the craziest part is that in clutch time, we're doing pretty well this season. I was looking it up. Us and Milwaukee, it looked like we both of us teams pick it up.
Yeah.
Milwaukee foul merchants, so they definitely pick it up in that category.
Oh, man,
I think
the
were
way
definitely
they
top 5 in that one.
Man, the amount of fouls they got in the third quarter was crazy. It was crazy.
It was.
Yeah, but yes. Thanks for calling in, Timmy.
Yes.
I still got my IQ high card. Yo. That's the slump. He's coming out. He'll come out of it. I still got my IQ high card. All right.
He always does, though.
He always comes out of it. It's been like 5. I feel like it's been like a little 5-game slump for him. Yeah. But we'll see how it is. All right, let's get to it. I don't know. Do you have broad picks?
Bruh.
I do have a bro pick.
All right, we've heard me introduce it. I don't know if anybody's new right now, but bruh picks are, or if you're new to the squad, are the worst plays of the game. And it doesn't even have to be this game; it could be any game. And listen, it could also be anything bad, anything stupid, anything dumb that happened in the world that you just want to point out and just say this is dumb. This also can be a bruh pick. All right, so let's get it. We got Ryan G with the bruh picks as usual. What you got today for us, Ryan G?
Well, this is definitely not sports related. So I'm scrolling on social media, bored while I'm doing work. And I run into a story. So, we all know that Lee is a fan of OnlyFans. And, I ran into a story about OnlyFans where this model, Ruby Rose, she met a fan the other day, and I think this fan spent over $60,000 on her in a month.
Oh my!
It wasn't me. I promise.
And to make it worse, this chick puts this dude on blast on social media with all the text that he's sending her, and she is not responding to one of these texts. And this man is just professing his love for this chick. And in one of the messages, because it seemed like this dude is like some Bitcoin mogul or whatever the case may be. So one of the messages, this dude was about to drop 400 G's on this chick just for her to like respond to him and to give him attention.
Wow.
Now me, if I had that kind of money, all I know is I'm not spending no damn 60 grand on no OnlyFans chick, number one. And number two, since my man has all that money, why don't he spend thousands of dollars to get himself some self-esteem and some damn dignity?
I need to hear that.
Yeah, I saw that too. I definitely saw that, right? I'm like, she better keep her security with her at all times.
Yep.
X.
Oh man, that was a good one. Woo. Wow. Just wake up one day and just receive $60,000. What a life.
And on top it said weirdo OnlyFans on her top. That's what she said.
Even worse.
She saved it as weirdo OnlyFans.
Man. Whew. All right. Line the mood up for us. Thank you.
I'm about to put the Knicks as the bruh. Whose mans is this? For letting whose mans is this go 3 for 4 on us?
Yeah. AJ.
But losing, and the Knick killer wasn't even there.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to worry about Crowder off the bench, but we had to worry about Green today.
Yeah.
I ain't know. I didn't see. I wasn't familiar with his game. I'm sorry.
Brother.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for mentioning OnlyFans. It's been a week and we haven't mentioned it. So there you go.
And it wasn't me. Shocking.
All right. All right.
Surprise. He said it wasn't me.
Wasn't me. It wasn't me this time. Yo, Lee, what did you tag me in, bro? Like, you tagged me in. Speaking of OnlyFans, you tagged me in some craziness on Twitter this week. I was like,
I did?
Yeah, you tagged me some girl. You says, come on a KOT show. I'm like, who is this girl?
That's Mia Khalifa.
Oh,
that's my favorite porn star, Mia Khalifa, man. Shout out, she's
Lee,
That's my favorite.
Oh my!
She used to have a podcast with Gilbert Arenas where they talk about the Wizards, man. She's a sports nut. I want to have her on the show, so we could talk ball. Hey man, speaking of Palestine, man, damn bro, like free my boy Palestine.
God damn.
No, just Mia Khalifa's Lebanese, man. That's why.
Did I miss something?
Mia Khalifa is a very former porn star, is very outspoken on what Israel is doing the Gaza Strip right now. So That's why I tagged you in it, because she knows ball and she likes politics. I was like, hey, and she's a baddie. We could bring her on and have a conversation. That's all I was saying, man. Shout out me and Khalifa. Oh, but anyways, man, Israel dropped 1,000 tons of bombs on Gaza so far, man. That's my bro pick, man. Leave those people alone. Poor damn civilians, kids, and women. I didn't blown to bits, man. This is not KOT sponsored, man. Free my boy Palestine. I'm tired of this Israel genocide, man. It's pissing me off. Biden's just like sending more and more money. Trump will do the same thing. Like, it don't matter what party you elect, it's going to be funding Israel's war crimes against humanity. So it's a horrible situation. But yeah, man, free Palestine. Bring my girl Mia Khalifa on the show for a little bit of levity.
Bruh. I'm sorry, Lee. She's not coming.
She's not.
Damn, y'all dashing all my help.
Well, imagine that lineup. Next week we have Ian Begley, and the week after we have, or maybe have them on the same time, make it like a really interesting show. You know?
Let Ian shoot a shot. Let's go.
You're gonna get a whole nother type of fan base.
And then Gamer Channel makes it worse in the chat because he's like, oh, she knows ball all right.
Oh man.
Gamer Channel gonna be on Lee, and you should come to KOT.
I can see that OnlyFans.
That's a different type of live stream, brother.
It's coming. OnlyFans sponsorship.
Different type of live stream. It's a family show.
You're gonna be like the Knick of Time, sponsored by
Exactly.
OnlyFans. Let's go.
Holy, I don't even know what to do with you, bro.
But,
That's a show. That's a show. You talking about OnlyFans and BICs is crashing Brunson.
when is that?
There you go. All right,
When
that's the
redeem
show.
myself?
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like the show, hit the like and subscribe button. I think the next game is versus Celtics on Friday since we lost today.
Yep.
So
Another tough one.
yeah, there'll be like a little bit of a lull, and we'll be back on Friday. Talk about Knicks Celtics, and we'll be here to talk about it. All right. Yeah, guys, let them know where they can find you. Ebony, where to find you?
You can find me on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it nowadays, at Mad Knick Fan. Every pregame I do a space, so I call Your Take Knicks. Every pregame and postgame here. KOT.
That's right.
You know, every postgame we here. And yeah.
Gotcha. I need to get the name tag. I need to get the name tags back on these joints. But all right, cool. Lee, let them know where you can find you, man.
Find me on Twitter at _ Lee Escobedo or in Mia Khalifa's DMs.
Oh, Lord.
Things that make
Lee,
you
don't end up on that Summer Jams. Don't end up on that on the weird OnlyFans. Don't be a bruh pick. Don't be a bruh pick next week. Don't be a bruh pick next week from Ryan G. Talking about he's been screenshotted.
I got,
Ryan
I got
G.
the song stuck in my head. He's all right, but he's not real. Thank you, Ryan. You know, because that's what you think of us. I get it. He said, this ain't it. This is not it. Not yet. Not right now.
Yeah. Ryan G, let them know where they find you, man. Where they find you.
You can find me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at Ryan G KOT. You can also find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIR. G is CHILLIN. And I'm praying and I'm hoping that I don't have to call out Lee for any broad picks on OnlyFans. I'm praying on it. I'm hoping.
Yes. All right. Make sure you don't be stealing any super chat money for your OnlyFans addiction. All right.
Oh, I'm dead. You know, it's not even true, but I'm gonna let it ride because it's so funny.
He's a good sport. Oh man. Oh, you already know, man. Follow us on DKOT Show on Twitter, the Knick of Time Show, Instagram, and Knick of Time Show on Facebook as well. And definitely, yeah, man. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. that is our show. We'll see you on Friday versus the Celtics. Hopefully the Knicks wake up. All right. So thank you. That's our show. And as always,
shout out the worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here in these Knicks YouTube streets. That's the show. We out of here.
Peace.
New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.